Well, I guess I can show some updates on Leonard's car. Been building the roll cage for him. He wants a 6-point cage. So, I got the main hoop. Got the main hoop in there. And we got the one, he wanted it just bare minimum 6-point cage. And I'm going to box that all down in there on the bottom. So that way it's tied into the rocker. And you see I have these plates right here. See, look at I got new gloves. They like glow in the dark. So that plate's going to tie into also the main hoop. It's got a tube that goes from there to here. So the same thing on that side to go from there to there. And then I'll have 2 door bars. One that swoops down and then over and then down, and then one to go straight across. That way it's easy getting out of the car. And then right now I'm building the down tubes that go from the main hoop to the rear frame rails. So that's what I'm doing right now. I got one of them made. See, there's the mounting plates right there, and those are spot welded right into the frame rails. Actually, those spot welds are on top of the spot welds for the frame rails, so that way it's really tied into the frame rails. I got one of my down tubes done. Try to make another one. See, what I do is I just take some conduit pipe, like electrical pipe, and I make a template of the tube I want to make out of this, because this stuff's cheap. This is like $3 for 10 feet of it. So yeah, I'll be more than happy to screw up this stuff instead of screwing up that stuff. That's DOM. That stuff's $100 a stick. This $3 a stick. 300. Yep. So got my tubing bender going. I just had to buy this die. The thing cost me $400 freaking dollars. But hey, gotta pay for it. Yeah, see, I had made a hoop for the and I had fucked up one of the main hoops. The die that I was using, I don't know why, but it was kinking it. So I had to throw away $100 to get a new tube. But I'll use that eventually. But yeah, you see the galvanized one behind that. That is my template I made for the main hoop bar. Yeah. You'll have to excuse all my junk. I got way too much junk and not enough space to put it. Hence, junker up. Well, I guess I'm gonna get back to work. It's gonna get dark soon. Down. And here we go. Here I have my template. Money. on the ground. Alright, here's the next piece. Door bars what I need to make. As you can see, actually, let's lay this on the ground. As you can see, that's going to be one of my door bars. So, and I just bent it with this little electrical conduit bender. But let me show you where this is going to go. It's kind of like watching the Blair Witch Project, huh? Been moving around so fast. But, this is what I got. Alright. So, this is going to kind of go like so. Actually, you can't see shit. On the inside. Alright. So this guy's going to go like this. Well, yeah, now you can't see that part. Alright, that's a little better. So, yeah. This guy's going to go like this. It's going to meet that pad up in the front. And that's going to go right up to there. Actually, yeah, right? Just like so. And then there's going to be another bar under that that's flat. And then I'm going to put a bar right here at that bend. And it's going to go down to the lower part of the main hoop. That way it stiffens up that bend. You know, the whole reason for putting that little swoop there is so it's easier to get in and out of the car and, well, easier to get in the back seat if you wanted to. Or if he's going to put anyone back here. But anyways, let me get to bending this sucker. I got the die. I got the 1.5 inch die set up already in there now, so bend it. All right. I would have that back up on the wall like I did yesterday, but it's so freaking windy. Actually, right now it's like just a breeze, but then all of a sudden it'll go whoosh and fuck everything up. So earlier, about an hour ago, it was so freaking windy. I almost had screwed today and just went inside, but it's not as bad now. I'll hook the bender up to some air. Alright. Spray some lube in there. This guy is just going to be the shortest part. I'm just going to start bending like that. And it's bending. Alright, got my pipe all set up in the tubing notcher. Yeah, it's just a kind of a cheaper tubing notcher, nothing fancy. I mean, it's just I think it was like $100. But it seems to work pretty good. I need to get some deeper hole saw blades, or hole saw cutters, because I'll get about halfway through this, and then the pipe will actually hit the bottom out on here. So I'll have to like cut the pipe just to finish going down. So, but yep, here we go. Alright. Put some lube on this thing. A little bit. Bottomed out, like I said. I'm going to cut this piece up. Cut the piece that I cut, or it's halfway notched, as you cut that half notch off. Because this is at such an extreme angle, actually this is 47 degrees. If it was flat, I wouldn't have to do this. You cut that half piece of the little piece off. Now it goes back to work. To fit it like a glove and not an OJ one. Alright, well, went and got the subframe connectors I went and got the material to make the subframe connectors for my turquoise car this morning, but I figure I'll try and get more of the bars done on this black car today. Or well, I'll probably just get these two bars welded in, then I'll move on to my turquoise car, because that's more important. Alright, so I just finished making these two bars here. These are going to go wham, bam, right there. Because I put this little drop in this door bar, just to make it easier to get in and out of the car, and that way this bar is not in your way of your elbow, and kind of make it easier to get in the back seat if you're going to want to get in the back seat with these bars. So, well, it's either you hit your head on the roll bars or the car gets crushed on top of you. So either way, you're kind of screwed. But unless you got a helmet, then you're good. But yeah, so I'm trying to tie in the main hoop to the torsion support, which is also attached to the rocker right there. So that's a main point. I'm making this a main point right here. Is actually I'm going to box in this. I made a plate that comes off the rocker down here. And I'm going to box it all in, and then I'm also going to tie in the rear frame rail into the main hoop. So it's going to go diagonal from here down to the frame rail. But that's all going to happen. Let me just get this guy tacked in here. Oh, you know what? I can't. Crap. Yeah, I can't tack that right now. I have to weld the top of that bar before I can slide that bar over it. So I have to drag a TIG welder out here. Dang it. I'm going to TIG weld this whole cage, that way I don't blow sparks all over the body, because the body's already painted. I've been using the welding blanket just to tack the bars in place. Well, I'm hungry. I think the only thing I have is bread and peanut butter and jelly, so I'm going to go eat that. Well, oh, here we go. All is not lost though. I'll save these 2 bars that I cut out for the blue 68 I'm going to be dragging home this summer. We're going to turn that car into a, that one, the theme on that car is going to be a, oh, just a ratty street beast from the 70s because it looks freaking awesome already. Well, we're rod now. Wheels back on. I'm going to have to get a haircut. It's too hot for this hair. It's the first time I've had longer hair ever, and which is good in the winter time, but summertime it's kind of sucking. Alright, back to where it was. I wedge myself in this freaking hole, and then I've been having to use my foot to hit the pedal, my knee, my elbow, whatever I can to use to hit the freaking pedal. I need to get one of those torch heads that have the thumb wheel on it. Use my knee or something. I have to point this down so you can see a little better. There. Try and use my knee to run the pedal. Poke me. Man, it's a pain in the ass to TIG weld roll cages. But it's worth it though, because they look more awesome. Instead of MIG welding, TIG welding, welds look beautiful. Well, most of them do anyway. Some of the hard ones to get, I end up having to put a lot of rod in. Alright, where was I? Where's my other glove? Sitting on it? Oh, there it is. It's under my ass. Alright. Back to welding. See, I don't have a steady hand to do this one-handed. If I want to do a really nice looking weld, I gotta hold it with 2 hands and walk around it. If I was a really good TIG welder, shit, I could do this thing one-handed, all the way through circles. Nope, not that great. I can lay down good welds, but I have to do both hands and walk it. Show you a couple of them. It's not very dark in here. Ooh, close up. See, I'll have to see what you're seeing. If I clean off my screen, it's probably dirty. Either that, it's not enough light in here where I can focus on it. Hey, zoom in. Anyways. Probably need more light. I don't know if you can see that one either. Anyway, let's see, I got some over here. Can you see that one? Yeah, you can kind of see that one. Yeah, so that one looks cool. Got some more cool ones. Another cool one there. Ooh, ah. Another cool one right there. So I'm gonna have to MIG weld some of these because I just can't get my wand or my torch head in there. So put that back right there. And I'm just recording this with my cell phone. I don't have one of those fancy schmancy cameras or anything. Just my phone. Alright, where was I? Alright, I guess I can do this one next. Do I have any rod left? I guess I don't have any more rod. It is pretty tight. Maybe I can do it without any rod. Oh, pocket's hot. Alright, the cage is pretty much all welded together. Pretty much all TIG. A couple spots are MIG welded, but you can see TIG, TIG, TIG. You know, if it's up there, it's also TIGged, and you see right there, and there, and there, and in that whole corner there, right there, and down in there, and down there. So the whole thing is TIGged, even the back. You know, it's also TIGged back here. See, there's a support bar underneath here. Everything, which it's a pain in the ass to TIG weld this thing like that. Oh, I also welded it down there. So, but as you can see, I got the MIG welder out right now. Because what I'm doing is, you know, I had run the main hoop down to a plate that I had welded off of the rocker in an L shape. But what I want to do is I want to box it in. So I'm going to weld two sides to it and make a top. So that whole area there is completely boxed and welded to the rocker. And then this right here is welded on top of the actual rear frame rail. So then that's rear frame rail, that ties into the hoop, and then also that ties into the rocker, and that runs forward down to the front, the torsion support. So anyway, a lot's different. Like I said, I redid those upper bars. That way there's more headroom. Leonard's got a big ass head. So, yep. Well, now I gotta weld those rockers, or weld those gusset plates on both sides and make a top piece. So, go ahead and get on that. Alright. So I got the one side welded on just to get an idea. Like I said, I'm not no professional cage builder or anything. I just figured this is kind of how I did it in my yellow Charger, trying to tie in all the structure points of a Charger, or well, actually any Mopar together, really. I think it could work for any Mopar. Alright, I'm going to weld this back piece on. Jungle gym around this shit. Yeah, I'm welding in shorts because it's freaking hot. So, the couple of little amber burns I'm going to get are worth it. Alright, this guy right here. Alright, bueno, I'll go with that. Alright, finally done with the cage on Leonard's car. Came out pretty sweet, or tits. So, looks muy bueno. I would have preferred the rear bars to be more straight, but, you know, for a street car, you know, you gotta have some kind of headroom for people in the back if you want to put people back there. But, yeah, it looks great. You know, and the seat's actually gonna sit about, you know, probably about just right under that. So when you slide your ass on in here, you don't have to climb over no damn roll bar or nothing. So that and all the welds look beautiful. So all TIG welded. Then you got, oh, like I was saying, I boxed in. Yeah, let me get my ass in here. So yeah, I boxed in the all the main hoop into the rocker. So same thing with the other side. That's all boxed in. So that way it's stronger. That's actually tied to the rocker now, and then that's actually to the frame rail. That's to the torsion support, and these are to the rear frame rails here. So it's technically a 6-point cage. I guess you could call that. Well, I guess you could call it an 8-point cage because it does have an extra bar coming off of another frame rail. So an 8-point cage, yeah. And then we have, you know, the crossbar right there to tie into the rear down tubes. Yep, looks bueno. Let me show you the trunk. Ugh. Climb out of this. Yeah, getting out of the back seat ain't gonna be that easy. But yep. So that's plug welded right to the top of the plug welds to the frame rails. So that plate's actually tied right to the frame rail. It's not welded to the sheet metal of the trunk pan. Same thing with that one. So looks pretty good. This definitely stiffened up this car a hell of a lot, even though this car already has torque boxes, subframe connectors. It has the inner fender braces. It has the lower, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it has that lower core support brace, the upper core support brace. This car is pretty beefy, so it'll be able to handle that blown Hemi pretty good, plus the 6-speed. So yeah, this is a stroked out 5.7 Hemi with a 2.8 cane bell blower. This thing will probably make around, well, I know the blower tops out at like 750, 800, so that's the most this thing will make, 750, 800. But this thing will dig pretty good. 750, 800 horsepower on a car that's going to weigh about 3,500 pounds. Not too shabby. Yeah, this thing looks evil when it's all on the ground. Oh, also got Leonard's got the adjustable strut rod in there now. You got QA1 upper control arms. You got QA1 front shocks. You also got QA1 adjustable rear shocks. So, well, there's that brace I was telling you about, the inner fender brace. So you got the stiffer tie rod adjuster. And he's got that Borgenson steering box. So this car is overall beefed up. Oh, the lower control arms are also beefed up. So I welded that plate to the bottom of it, so gusset that up. So this car's pretty beefy. So should run pretty good. Actually, it should last a long time. No cracks, or it won't flex. You should be able to jack up one corner of this car, and 2 tires will teeter. So, all right, well, it's food time. I'm hungry. Plus, I get to go pick up my oil pans done for the turquoise car, and I get to go pick up the intake manifold. Those are both done. I had to, like I said, I had to shave the intake manifold, and I had to get the oil pan sandblasted. So now I can go pick those up so I can finish assembling the motor. It's just waiting for those pieces so that I can paint it. I got the paint, everything ready to go. So, well, I'm gonna go get some food and go get my shit. See ya.